doing data analysis at work for the last 4 years. That's the sweet and short summary of me. Anyone
Thank you.
else ready to go after me?
Thank you, Fiji.
Mhm.
Maybe the audience, you can as well introduce yourself before we dive into today's program. I can say Christina. Christina, do you want to introduce yourself to us and your interest in UI, UX product design?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
my name is Christian. I'm presently work as a health and safety professional, but I want to transit into IT. So I'm trying to test the waters, to know what is best suited for me in IT. That's why I've joined the webinar. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Nice meeting you. And we also have Ayodeji. Ayodeji, do you want to introduce yourself to us, please? Ayodeji, are you there? Probably maybe it's not close to the system. So in absence of more introduction, I guess maybe we should dive into today's section and let's see the amazing feat known as UI UX product design. Let's see what it is all about and if it's something that you'll be happy to dive into. Okay, so let we start with the core goals of this program as our UI UX product design is concerned. What is our core goal on this program to you? So we have three core goals. The first goal is to prepare you for a UI UX design job. Like for all our four career paths, we guarantee career and job opportunity in each of those career paths. So it's now left to the area of interest of individual. So that was the four goals of this particular training. The second goal is to mentor you to start your own IT company. Because from the research, we find out that the backbone of most of the IT companies you are seeing out there is UI, UX design, because even if you have any product in mind to produce, your product still start from design stage. And at the same time, we have a core goals to guide you in producing the next world-class app or web development. So those are the three major goals of this particular career path. And also, in terms of the job availability, there's no doubt about it. There's always career and there's always opportunity in UI UX design, as it have different branches and in which you can choose from any of the branches. And this particular course is a complete course of UI UX product design, which give you opportunity to diversify to any other branches of UI UX product design that you might like. And at the same time, we also look at the salary range of UI UX designer. So if you look at, if I click here, it will take us to a page. And this, because we believe in that, in data, like we always base our decision and our argument on data, not something someone is coming up with, bring us in, not what someone will just make a sentimental analysis on. So if you go on different platforms doing analysis as far as salary is concerned, You can see this is the salary range of UI UX designer. So for UX designer, you can see it start from 47,000 pounds, 882. And that's the entry level. For the mid-level, like once you start becoming a senior UX designer, 65 and above, and you can see the salary range there. So it is a career that is highly profitable with good salary in time of salary, and that is what data is saying as far as today is concerned. So that's it. Now let's dive into the field of UI UX product design, and let's see what it's all about. So today we'll be working on this list of agenda, in which the first thing we'll be looking into is the products. What is product and what type of product are we talking about as a UI UX designer? And also product design. What do we mean by product design? What is UI UX design? Why is UI UX design important? The UI UX design processes, then the skill need in UI UX design. So in the case you are thinking of becoming a UI or UX designer, what are the skills that you need to be successful in this career path? Then what is the difference? And what we mean by the difference is that what is the difference between you that want to become a professional UI UX designer compared with those that are diving into the field with normal local knowledge without professionalism? What is the difference? Then why do you need to be a UI UX designer? That's very important for you to know. Why will someone diving into this area of specialization? Then we will also look into career opportunity in UI UX design. Sure. Then we will give you a small homework. So if you are joining us in this internship program, it will also be important to you to do this homework, because this homework will help us to evaluate you and know the specific area to start with you, as we recognize that everybody have different level of different previous experience as far as the field is concerned. But the homework, the evaluation of the homework that we will give you at the end of today's section will help us to evaluate you and help us to fit you to the specific field that you can be more productive in as far as UI UX design is concerned, because we have different area of specialization under this field. Okay, then today's session will be handled by two facilitators. The first section will be handled by myself, which is the theoretical aspect of it. And the second section, after my own section, will handled by Abiba, and that will be a pure practical aspect of UI UX design, in which we will get our hand dirty a little bit by diving into practical work and take a small project and work and play around it to carry out, to demonstrate our level of understanding of UI UX design as a beginner today. And with that, you will have exposed to what, like, idea of what you'll be doing by the time you start your journey as UI UX designer. So we will start the journey now. If you are still with me to this level, I would like to know that by just typing, just help me to type yes at the chat area, so that I can know that we are all together before we move on with the program. Thank you. Wow, next. That's nice. Okay, so let's move on. So we will be starting with products, because if you look at the title, UI, UX product design. So if we remove UI, UX from the title, we still have product design. And if we still remove design, we left with products. So that means the product there is our subject. So we need to understand what we mean by this product before we can actually understand the entire scope of this UI, UX product design. So it is very easy for all of us to understand what we mean by product because we are all been using different products. As even presently, you have many products with you. The clothes that you wear is a product. Maybe you wear a shoe, it's a product. You buy glasses, it's a product. So we have different products around us. And all these products start from somebody imagination, somebody dream. Like somebody just sit down one day and think about something like this can be exist. And some people come together to work together to bring that dream into reality. And that's why we said product begin with imagination. So because product begin with imagination is something, it might be something that is not existing before, or it might be something that is existing before that we modify to create a new thing. Now, for us to bring it into reality, we need to carry out what we know as product design. And what are we doing in product design? What we are doing is simply to design how the product will look and how the product will fit. And that is what leads to the profession that we know as UI, UX product design. The UI simply means user interface, while UX simply means user experience. We have many products on heads, and all these products that we are using, they are all being designed by some people before they go into actual production. But to concentrate on the scope of this profession, we will be limiting our understanding of product to what we know as digital products. Because if we are to be talking about different products, we have even car is part of your product, it's part of products. Clothes that you are wearing is part of product. But for you to understand why design is important in product, irrespective of any product, because by the time you are climbing the ladder in the field of UI, UX design, your work will not be limited to only digital product again. You will be able to leverage your experience as a UI, UX product designer to other fields of product. So why design is important in product? For instance, let's come to reality and let's think together. The clothes you are wearing at the moment, let's assume when you wear that clothes, it's too tight for you. Are you going to be comfortable in that clothes? Thank you, Adam. Any other person? And if you can still take it from the shoe that you are wearing, if the shoe is, if when you wear your shoe and it's not convenient, maybe it's too tight to the leg, or maybe you have after of it, you are feeling pain. Will you be comfortable with the shoe? Definitely, we all know that that is no. And because if a product is poorly designed, it can lead to inconvenience to the user. Definitely, before we go into production of a product, we need to design that product, like a abstract design of the product to see, to have an idea of what the product will look like by the time we actually go into the reproduction of that product. So same thing happens to digital product. And when we are saying digital product, we are talking about the mobile app, web application, different software, be it desktop software, any kind of application you have been using on your phone, be it Google, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of them, they are digital products, including Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Corridor, different applications. Think of different applications you have been using on your phone or you have been using on your system or even on cloud-based application. Any of these applications, we refer to them as digital product. And before they come into existence, some people have to sit down and design how the product will look and how the user will be interacting with this product before actual development of the product. So that is where UI UX designer comes in. But majority of people do believe that this is one profession. Like, you know, when we say data analysis is just data analysis. But UI UX designer is a two different area of specialization. UI design is a different area of specialization, while UX design is also a different area of specialization. But the reason we always connect two of them together, like always over the two courses together, is because there are a lot of relationship between two of them. But at the same time, someone can be a UI designer and someone can decide to be a UX designer, and you can as well decide to become a UI UX designer. That is, you have the skill of UI and UX design, then you can work in any of those areas. And at the same time, they also have some sub-career under each of them, in which you'll be exposed to each of them as times go on. And to me, this is one of the most important IT skill in today's world, and it is one of the easiest IT skill that you can acquire that also have a very high paying, like in time of salary, because the major skill that you need as a UI UX designer is creativity, because it involves creating new things. So that's the major requirement as far as this area of specialization is concerned. Okay, so what do we refer to UI, user interface? For every product needs to have a user that will use that particular user in that particular product. And because the product we are dealing with are digital products, when we say digital product, that is, they are not product that you can hold. You can hold your clothes, you can hold your shoe, you can hold your TV, radio, different product. You can hold it, you can touch them. But when we are talking about digital products, you cannot actually touch them. So how can you interact with this product? Definitely, you need to interact with this product through a particular interface. So the interface could be your phone, your laptop, your tablet, different electronic device that all these products can be used on. So those are the interface. So how can you interact with this product on this interface? Definitely, the product needs to have what we know as UI, user interface, that can work on all these platforms we are talking about. And when you are interacting with a particular product, there is interface that you can touch. Like, let's assume you are using Facebook on your phone now. You can touch, maybe you can touch the screen of your phone, or you can touch the button to interact. But you are not only interacting with that phone, you are interacting with the content inside that system you are working. For instance, let's assume you want to post on Facebook. you are interacting, your phone is just like intermediate between Facebook and the content on the Facebook. Without the phone, you cannot interact with the Facebook, but the phone is not the Facebook itself. The phone just hosts the Facebook, in which there are some content that you are interacting with on the Facebook. If you go to the Facebook now, you are scrolling, you are seeing different video, you are seeing photos, you are seeing different type of content that some people have been posted on Facebook. That means you are interacting with those content via your phone on Facebook. So for that to happen, Facebook needs to develop a user interface for their system through which the user can interact with those products. And at the same time, when you are interacting with the product, you will also undergo what we know as experience. Experience simply means how do you feel when you are using the product? Do you feel good or do you feel bad? If you are feeling good when you are using the product, like you are satisfied with the look, with the functionality, with everything about that product, that means you are exposing to a good user experience. And if the experience is bad, definitely you are not experience good product experience with that product. So that's the reason those two professionals are very important when we are talking about any digital product. And I've told you what I mean by digital product. Think about any app you are using on your phone, and think about any application or any website you are using. They are all digital products. Now, look at this website. I'm very sure all of us will have heard about Airbnb before. And this is Airbnb in 2008. If you go to their website today, let me quickly go online and check their website today. This is the look of the website today. And as a customer, definitely if they ask us to choose between this look and this particular look they have in 2008, you can see there is a wide gap between the two looks now. And that is the role of UI UX designer. It's the role of UI designer to look at the website and see, okay, this look is not okay enough. How can we make it more beautiful? How can we make it look more nice? How can we make it look more mature to the customer? And it's also the role of US designer to look like, okay, if somebody wants to rent a house here, how can we make it easier for that person to easily navigate the website and able to do whatever the person wants to do on the website as soon as possible and as easier as possible. You know, there is difference between something look beautiful and there is difference between something working perfectly. So something might be beautiful, that's work of UI designer, user interface design. While something might be working perfectly, working smoothly, working pretty, that's the work of UX designer. That is, they design the experience, what kind of experience the user will be passing through when they are using our product. And we cannot talk about this area of specialization without talking about the normal, because irrespective of any knowledge we have accumulated in this area of specialization today, it still remains the father of US designer. He was the one that coined the name US user experience in 1990, when he was the vice president of the advanced technology group at Apple. And to date, probably before the end of this section, I will give you opportunity to also listen to what he had to tell you about US UI design. Okay, we are still coming back to him. He has some message to you. Okay, so why do we need UI UX design in our business? This area of specialization, I intentionally put this question there because most people don't know how powerful this area of specialization is. And most people don't even know that it exists. No people, some people are facing some other tough area of IT. In which this is the software, this is the easiest area of IT, and it also have a very good paying in time of salary. So why do we need UI UX design? Why is this important? It is important. Let's go back to the story of Airbnb that I talked about the other time. In 2008, when they at the initial stage of Airbnb, the company experienced low return on their investment, poor sales, people are not using the platform, poor income to the organization. They are facing a lot of challenges, like they are even about to quit, like go bankruptcy, like the platform is not really giving them the results they expect. And some leader come on board and has like to find solution to the organization problem, because they need help, and they call on assistance of people who can help them, that we have this product, but all our expectation about this product is not actually working out. What can we do? And the best solution as far as digital product is concerned is to evaluate the product and see what is actually the problem is. And when they evaluate the product, they realize that the major problem their company have at that moment is problem of UI UX designer. The design, the interface is not well okay, and the user experience is also poor. People are finding it difficult to place order on this platform. Different challenges users are facing on this platform. And when users are not satisfied with your product, definitely there will not be income. You will not have return customer. Anybody that come, they are going back, and you did not see them again. So when there is problem with any product, definitely you need to check those two areas. It's either you have problem with UI design of the product, or you have problem with the user experience on the product. And when they realize the problem on their product, that they have problem with the user interface, at the same time they have problem with UI and the user experience, they call on UI and UX experts to come and interfere in the problem and provide solution. So this is when they have problem, they seek for help. And who help them? The UI and UX designer, the user interface designer, and the user experience designer. When they come on board to help them, they build a new interface for them, and they build a new user experience into their product. And after that, you can see Airbnb is one of the digital products that is also at the limelight of technology today. And that is why user interface and user experience is important into any technology company. So if you are thinking of where these people can work or what kind of job they are doing, think about any digital product you can think about, any website you can think about, any mobile app you can think about, any software you can think about. Those products cannot come into existence without these two professions. Okay? So what roles are they doing for us? Good UI UX design help create a seamless, simple, and intuitive interaction between user and your product. So your product is all the social media you are using, all the mobile apps you have on your phone, and all the website you have been using before. And impact on business, it can improve customer satisfaction. When your customer have good experience with your product, that will lead to good customer satisfaction and loyalty through the utility, easy use, and pleasure provide in the interaction with your product. So most people stay with Instagram, Facebook today because the products still have good UI and good user experience. I don't think Facebook have bad user experience or user interface. Many people will have moved to another social media platform, and maybe Facebook might have become an history today. Now, if you look at when we started with this presentation, I narrated talk about 3 core goals of this particular program. Apart from job opportunity in the program, we are also aiming to mentor you to become your own boss in this area of specialization, because it's an area of specialization that you can stand on your own, because it's a practicable field, so that you can do it on your own and become your own boss. So when we are talking about all these digital products, let's use Facebook for example, or Instagram. Before these products come to existing, it is an imagination of somebody, and different career professionals come together to work on this product to make it become a product that we are using today. And there are some process that produce, there are some field, there are some area of specialization that we participate in this product before it comes to reality. So some of them are this: the production, the UI design, UX design, marketing, coding, UX design, testing, upkeeping, content development. And if you notice all these fields, you can see the UI UX designer, they have covered a lot of they cover the highest percentage of this process, because the UI design is under the career. UX design, ideation, coding, the coding is excluded, it's under production. Content development is under UI UX design. So this area of specialization cover the highest percentage of any product development stage. Now, for you to have better understanding of how digital products are getting produced, look at these 3 guys. We have Mr. C, Mr. B, and Mr. A. See Mr. C as the thinker, the innovator. He is just a thinker, an innovator who doesn't know any other thing than he can think about the future and think about a very good product that can be of best use, as in you can solve problems. And we have Mr. B, he's an engineer, a software engineering. He doesn't have any idea, but he can write any code. If you can tell him what to write, he will write a successful code for you. And we have Mr. A, who is UI UX designer. He doesn't know how to write code, and he don't even have any idea of any product, but he can, once you give him an idea to work on, he can actually design it for you and create a prototype for it. So these are the core 3 areas of specialization that always start any product that you have been seeing. So, but the good thing is that you can have all these 3 people in one person. Somebody might be lucky enough to be a very creative person, a thinker and innovators, and might also be a software engineering or web developer, and at the same time can also be a UI UX designer. But in the early stage of technology, it is possible to have all these 3 in one person. But today, even if you have all these 3 skills in one person, it might be difficult for one person to develop a complete product due to the complexity of all these products that we have today. Now, let me give you a simple illustration of the relationship between all of them. See the thinker, the innovator, see the person like the CEO. For instance, let's use Facebook. I'm using Facebook because it's a popular digital product, and all of us might have used it before. So definitely it will be a good example. So let's see this guy in black as Mark Zuckerberg. He is just a thinker, an innovator that can think about the problem or think about the future and think about a product that can solve a particular product, a particular problem or a future problem. But he doesn't know any other thing. He's not a programmer, he's not a UI designer. So once he think about something to produce, he will call on this guy, who is the UI UX designer. Okay, I have social idea. How can we make that idea simple for people to understand? And the guy they will work together on that idea to put that idea into something visual that people can see. You know, if I come to you and be telling you that I want to produce one software, if we do this, we do that, you might not easily understand what I mean by that software. But if I can show you like a prototype of how the software look like, definitely you will have better understanding about that product. And that is what this guy will do for him as a UI UX designer. And once they finish the design of the product, they can now come and meet this guy, which is the developer, the software engineer. Okay, we have this prototype. Can you look at this prototype and tell us if you can write the code? And with that, the software engineer just need to look at the prototype and start the code, right? And once the code they finish the code, then they can launch the product. So after launching the product, that's when any other person can come in. So part of the people that can come in is the marketer that will be marketing the products, promoting the products and the likes. So at the basic level, all the giant tech product, IT and digital product you are seeing in the world today, those are the basic structure they normally follow. That is from the idea. So from the idea to putting the idea down into like ideation, like putting it down into a prototype, then from prototype to actual implementation, which is production. So, and that's when you will be seeing a product like this, people displaying different things online, that you'll be seeing the product at live. Now, so in order to give a concrete understanding about the entire process of digital product or UI UX design process. So these are the 5 core processes that you need to follow to create a UI or UX design for any product. So the first stage is research. If you can still recall my explanation before, I said every product starts from imagination. Begin with imagination. When you have the imagination, you never know. Maybe your imagination is correct, it's not correct, you are right, you are not right, you don't know. But you cannot just say it is right or it is correct. Maybe it will be successful. Same thing with when Mark Zuckerberg first think about Facebook. He himself will not know that Facebook will become what it's become today. Same thing, Alibaba will not, Jack Ma will not know that Alibaba will become what it become today. Same thing, Google will not know that Google will become, but it's just an idea, it's just an imagination. So after that imagination, you need to start research, conducting research on that imagination. And there are some key areas in which you have to carry out research. You have to conduct what we know as user research. User research in terms of, okay, this imagination you have, this product that you are thinking about, who are your users? Who are the people that will be using the product? What do you know about those people? If you can carry out a good user research and have better understanding of your user, definitely you will be able to know if that product is a good product for them or a bad product for them. And what makes a good product? A good product is a product that can solve a particular problem that you identify. That's a good product. But a bad product is a product that cannot solve that particular problem that you identify. Definitely, that means before you can say you have a product idea, you must have a problem. You must be able to identify a problem, and you want to use your product to solve that particular problem. And that's when you can able to say that you have a product. So based on your user research, if you still, after you carry out the user research and you still have the confidence that your product can solve that particular problem that you identify, you have passed that stage. And to carry out user research, we have different methods. You can use user interview, like interview the user, survey, questionnaire, focus group. And that's the reason I said this particular area of specialization is, as in, it is the easier way to get into IT. Because most of the things you'll be seeing as we are going along, that most of the things that we'll be discussing here are things that you will have passed through in one way or the other in your life. If you have done a master's degree before, you have carried out a individual final project before. And all those processes that you follow during your individual master project, they are all applicable here. Because your individual master project is all about what? It's all about research. And also, when you want to graduate from your undergraduate, you also conduct a research for your undergraduate degree. That is also, you also conduct research. So all those knowledge, they are applicable in a field like this. They are the same thing, just that you are applying it in different ways. So it makes the field very easier for anybody to come into. That's it. So see, user interview, probably you have conducted some interview before, is similar, just that you are focusing on the user of your product. Then survey and questionnaire, focus group, ethnographic study. So those are different ways in which you can carry out user research. Okay, then we also need competitor analysis. Like your product, if your product is not a new product, like it's not an innovation idea, maybe something that is already existing before, but you bring another way of doing it. So definitely you need to carry out competitor analysis, that who are your competitors in the field. So it's part of the process that you go through. And the market analysis, I think all these things, they are things that people are doing in other areas of specialization as well. But if you have experience of all this in one field you are working before, you can as well transfer them into this area of specialization. Okay, then stakeholder interview. Stakeholder interview are the core people that concern as far as the product, maybe the CEO, the software engineer, the user interface designer, UX designer, every stakeholder that involved in this product, you can as well interview. So that's the first stage of the product. Carry out the research, and those are different types of research you can do at this first stage. Are we all following? Please, if you are following, can you please type yes at the comment section and let me know that we are all together. Okay, thank you, everybody. Yep. Okay, so let's move on to the second process of UI UX design. So once you through with the research stage, which is the stage 1 of the process, then you can move to the second process, which is design phase. This is where you can start design how the product will look based on the research you have conducted, how the product will look, how the user experience will be. And at this stage, there are different things you will need to do, such as sitemap, navigation design, content strategy, wireframing. I will show you a sample of all these things so for you to understand what we mean. But before I show you the example, there are two things. There are one thing that is important for you to know. So whenever we are talking about any of these products, digital product, and any of these process, it is either you are applying them to a product that is already existing, or you are applying them to a new product that they want to create a new product. So those are two conditions that you might be facing throughout your career as a UI UX design. It's either you are working on an existing product that need improvements, or you are working on a entire new product. So under design, there are many things you'll be doing, but the key thing, you need to create a wireframe, content strategies, navigation design, sitemap, low fidelity, high fidelity wireframe, prototyping, clickable prototyping, interactive prototyping, visual design, style guides, brand, and UI design. So let me quickly, let me see how I can show you this. Let me stop this screen and share another screen with you, please. Just 1 minute. Okay, so under design, once you carry out your research, you'll have different idea, and we say ideation. Ideation is just a list of different ideas that you have gathered during your research. And once you have the first idea of how the product would look, you can start what we know as like sketching. So this is a sample of sketching, and what sketching is all about is to like use, you can see I use just pen and paper to sketch out this particular, okay, what are the things we have in our app, and how will they look like? And that's what sketching is all about. So you can see all this one, they are sketching, and this sketch can be transferred to low fidelity and high fidelity wireframe. But the most important thing here is that you can see how simple this is. Anybody can use a pen, and you can see there's no, you might be thinking, I'm not good in graphics, I'm not good in drawing. This is a simple drawing that you can do with your pen. You can see that I don't even use ruler. And this is exactly what a sketch is all about. Like, you are sketching out your idea, you are sketching it down. So that's what we know. And this is what we refers to, let me see if I can zoom this out. This is what we refer to as information architect. And from this information architect, you can see we have the navigation. You can see if you go to any site, you will see the menu bar, home, accounts, different menu on the back. So all these green, they are the navigation, and you can see some sub content that we have under each navigation. So each of these represent different sections in the application. So this is a simple, not actually simple, because one of our customer information architect for their products. So that's it. So that's what we know. That's what we call information architect, and the sketching wireframe. So by the time you get to the second, when the second facilitator come on board, it will take you through the practical process of all these things we are talking about. And once you created your information architect, you create your sketching, your wireframe, then you can produce the prototype of the product. So when you produce the prototype, let me just show you what the prototype also look like. So now, like, this is a simple, like, one of the prototype of a product. And you can see this prototype is something that you can use. We can send the link to you, and you can use it on your phone, but it's not the real product. We have not write the code for it. We've not written the code for it yet. It's just a design prototype, so that we can show this to the investor. For recently, also, you have an idea of app or website or application or software that you want to create. Before you go ahead and create that product. You know, when you want to create, you need to employ the engineers, the software engineer that will be doing it, and that is very expensive. Before you spend money on something like that, you can first of all create the prototype. So the prototype is very cheap. You just need a UI UX designer to create the prototype, to create the design for you and create the prototype. And that's where the roles of UI UX designer comes in. And once the prototype is ready, now you have something to show to your investors that, okay, I have an idea of a particular software or app or application, and this is the prototype of it. They can do everything they can do on the real product. They can as well do it on the prototype. That's why we call it interactive prototype. And once they go through it, they will have able to visualize the future of the product. If it is a product that can actually bring a good return on investment, definitely the investor will be happy to invest in something like this. And that's the same stage all the digital products you are seeing today. Those are the stages they pass through. So that is the design stage. Those are the basic things you'll be doing on the research. They're doing the sketching, the wireframing, the prototype, and the likes. And the third stage is the testing. So once you finish your prototype, you need to test the prototype to see how, test the prototype with the user. For instance, like this one, if we want to test this particular product I share with you, we can send the link to you, and we can ask you to carry out some activity on the app and see if there is anything we need to change before we go into actual production. So from that testing, we're able to gather some feedback from the user, from the test user. It's not general user, it's just some user that we selected for the testing activity. So from that testing, we're able to see some feedback, and those feedback can be used to make some improvement on the design before the actual implementation. And that's the purpose of testing, and we have different type of testing. So by the time you start your internship program, if you see this area of specialization as something that's interesting to you, so you can join the internship program, and all the skill, all the knowledge, all the practical, all the that you need to get employment in this area of specialization, we will definitely do that for you. And it's not your responsibility to be looking for a job. It's also our responsibility to give you a job after completing your internship program. So once you finish with the testing, you move to implementation. So it is that prototype that we have produced that we transfer to the developers or the software engineer to create, depend on the type of product we are working on. If it is a web product, we transfer it to web developer that will develop those that will work on the front end, and those that will work on the back end, quality assurance, deployment, and the like. That's when you will see the product become a widely used product, like the product that anybody can now start using from any part of the world. And once your products get deployed, and it is now live, everybody can use it, the last stage is evaluation phase. And this last phase is a continuous process. If you can still remember the other time, I talked about Airbnb, and not Airbnb alone, every digital product that you are seeing today. For instance, let's go on Google and let's search for iteration of Facebook. And let's change it to email. So iteration of Facebook, you can see this how Facebook look at the beginning. You can see how poorly the design is at the beginning, and gradually after many evaluation and redesign. So once you carry out the evaluation, the purpose of evaluation is to see any improvement you can make as far as user interface is concerned, or any improvement you can make as far as UX design is concerned. So the work of a UX and UI designer is a continuous process in any product. So that is what makes their role always, as in the job, always available for UI and UX designer. because irrespective of how big your organization is, your product needs a continuous team of UI, UX designer, because what is beautiful today will not be beautiful tomorrow, because technology is evolving every day, things change every day. Our eyes want to see new things. So if you leave your product the way it is yesterday, definitely another product will come and outshine your product. So that is reason for anybody that using website or software or mobile app or any type of digital product to operate their business, they need the service of UI, UX designer, and it is a continuous process. You can stop some process after deployment, but you cannot stop the work of UI and UX designer. So the evaluation is a continuous process. You continue to evaluate your product, continue make improvement on the user interface, and continue making improvement on the the user experience. So what are the skills needed as a UI UX designer? What are the things you need? What are the skills you need to be successful in this area of specialization? So the first one, you must know how to conduct research. Like after your internship, definitely you will have good ground in all these skills required to be successful in this area of specialization. Definitely before the end of your internship program, we will have made sure that you have all the necessary skills. That's when we can guarantee our employer that we are proud of what you can do. So user research, you must be able to conduct research and make some decision based on the research you conduct. The information architect, I've shown you the example of information architect the other time. Wireframing and prototyping, I've also shown you an example of what it means. You must be able to do that. User US rating, you must like the rating aspect of US, you must have good skill in that. In decision thinking, as a UX designer or UI designer, I've told you at the beginning of this presentation that one of the key skills that you need to be successful in this field is creativity. You have to be creative, ability to think about new things, new way of creating. You can see there are many websites on earth now. And there are many software mobile app on earth now, and we cannot continue creating the same thing. Definitely we need new things. So creativity will definitely bring up new things into our society, and that's how our society continue developing, and that's why we are continuing to benefit from new technology up to today. So normal design and professional design, what is the difference? If you go online, you will see different kind of design. But the major difference is that any design that you cannot back up with reason, like if you do something and let's for instance, assume you use blue in a color in your design, and they ask you, why do you use blue? Yeah, because you see somewhere that somebody uses it and it's fine and you think it's good and you use it in your design. That is a normal design, and no employer will accept that from you. But a good design will be able to back up every single decision you are making in your design. You must be able to back it up with reason. And when we are talking about reason, we are talking about the principle of design. We are talking about the theory of design. So every activity we are doing as a UI UX designer, they always have a principle backing it up, or a theory that is backing it up. Okay, so that is what will be separating you. So that's why I say why, how versus why. So majority of UI and UX designer today, they know how, but they don't know why. And if you know how, for instance, I show you a particular design and I ask you to create a copy of it, you can look at the one I show you and you can use it to create a version of it. That means you know how to create design. But if I ask you, why do you create it like this? So definitely you might not know why you create it. You might not know the principle that back up that particular design. You might not know the theory that back up that particular design. And if you don't know why, definitely you will find it difficult to get any employment in this area of specialization, because the why is more important than how. And anybody can know how to do it. You can learn how to use Figma, you can learn how to use Sketch, you can learn how to use any software. But if you don't know why you are making the decision you are making, the color you are using, the font you are using, the picture you are using, you don't know why they are used. That means you just be copy and paste other people design, which is not what UI UX is all about. UI UX design is all about creativity that are backed up with principle and theory. Okay, so that's the difference between you that want to become a professional UI UX designer and somebody that just a straight knowledge base. So that's it. So UI UX design, we have different tools we use in this field. Each of those processes that I talk about have different tools that are suitable to each of them. For the research, we have different tools like Optimal Workshop. It's a very good for research. So SurveyMonkey, Look Back. So each of those fields for ideation, we also have Miro and Figma. Figma is also under Figma. By the time you get to the practical stage, I think Abiba is around now that will take us through the practical stage of this section. So I will be rounding up very soon to let the second speaker start the practical aspect of the training today. Okay, so UI design, we also have different tools like Sketch, Figma, Adobe, SD, Proto.io. But don't be scared. You can see we have different types of tools under each processing. But all these tools, it's not compulsory that you know all these tools. For instance, under UI design tools, you only need one particular tool to master one particular one, especially this Figma. So if you can become a master in Figma, you are covered for all these tools, because all of them, they are working on the same methodology. Once you understand one, you're able to use any of them successfully once you have good understanding of a particular one. So it doesn't mean that you need to learn all of them. And it doesn't mean that one company will say, I want it, another company will say, I want it. As far as today is concerned, one of the most popular one that most of the industry are using today is Figma. There's Sketch, but the problem with the Sketch is that it's only working on Mac system, in which Figma can work on any system because it's a web-based application. It's a cloud-based application that you can just use on any browser. And we also have Adobe SD. But the most important thing is that once you grab one of these tools and you have good understanding on how to use them, you are covered for that particular process. Same thing with UX design. We have all this one. You can choose anyone. But when we get to the internship program, we will choose the one you'll be using for you that we can guarantee that any employer will accept in the industry. So why do you need to become a UI UX designer? One, from the discussion we have had today, you have known that if you, maybe tomorrow, you have an idea of a software or a mobile app of anything that you want to create. Maybe you want to create the next Facebook or the next Instagram or the next Google. Definitely, you have the basic understanding of the process you need to follow to achieve it. So you can use, after this internship program, you can, why not, you can have your own tech company as a UI UX designer or agency, startup, and also you can start a profession as a UI UX designer. And one of the key things here is that this profession is one of the area of specialization that you can do from anywhere, maybe remotely. You can, once you get your employment, it's a job that you can do from any part of the world. So those are the beauty of UI UX, and all these things, they are unique. They are general unique to IT industry, because most of our work can be done from any part of the world. Maybe you are a software engineer, web design, you can work from any part. So career opportunity under feed of this feed. So in some other institute, they can break those two parts into pieces, like have US design on its own, UI design on its own. But in Amative IT, we combine the two professions together, UI and US design, and we have separate facilitator for the two feed, so that by the time you complete this internship program with us, you will have acquired a complete knowledge as far as UI, UX design is concerned. So with that, you can specialize on any of these career paths with the knowledge you gain from the internship program. You can decide to be UX designer if you like, if that is your area of strength during your internship program. And you can decide to specialize on UI designer and UI design if that is your area of strength, or interaction designer, or information architect, or UI UX developer. If you go online today, you will see that every day there is always job for all these career paths. Every day, every minute, you will see one company that will post a vacant. But the problem is that how many people have the skill that are required to fill the roles? Only few people. And definitely no organization will accept somebody that we did not have the required knowledge or the required experience to carry out the job. So what are the industry that are using this career or this profession? Think about any company that are using websites to manage their business, or using software or mobile app. Think of any company that have website or mobile app. They need a UI UX designer. Unless if they are not managing the website by themselves, probably they give the management or the project to third party. And even if a third party is handling it for them, definitely that third party will also need the service of UI UX designer. So anytime you see a website or a mobile app, have it at the back of your mind that there is a UI and UX designer somewhere that are working on those products every day. Okay, let me quickly hand off to bring in the second speaker. So as a UI UX designer, as a UX designer, these are the 4 areas that you'll be working on. The first thing is planning and defining how to meet or satisfy the user needs. We have explained that to some extent in our previous discussion. Secondly, planning and defining how to make our product easy to use and easy to understand and learn. Then planning and defining how to give the user control and freedom on their action. Excuse me. Then planning and defining how to make our product delight and surprise our user. So the second speaker will be talking more about you, but I promise you something, and I would like to fulfill my promise that I will show you some information as far, and also show you about the normal. Okay, so let me see if this is this normal. So we have something that called normal door and bad door. You can see, if you can observe this guy, the guy is trying to do what? He's trying to open the door. But instead of pulling the door, the guy is pushing the door, like he's carrying out a wrong action on the door, because there is bad design on that door. The fault is not the fault of the guy. It is the fault of the door designer, because the door is supposed to push the door, but they put the handle, and when you see the handle, psychologically you think that you need to pull the door, and that's the reason the girl is pulling the door instead of pushing the door. So you can see the effect of wrong design, and that's why the girl is unable to open the door. So that's bad design. Same thing here. And those are the work of the normal. The normal is the one that the normal door and the back door. So you can see this one did not have handle. So someone will be able to know, okay, am I supposed to push or pull? But by the time you see the handle, you get confused and you make wrong decision. That's bad design. So any product that have bad design, definitely the user will have problem with the product. Okay. So that's why this area of specialization is one of the key important area. And the same thing, if you look at these two messages, you will see one, if you read one, you will easily able to understand what action to take compared with the second one. That those are example of good design and bad design. So let's see if I can see the number. So all this bad and good design are the work of the normal, and that's reason those are some of the work that contribute for him to become the father of UI UX designer. But there's also I can't find the video yet, but probably if I see it later, I will show it to you. Okay. So let me pause here and let's entertain question as far as what we have discussed on is concerned. Do you have any question? Anything you want us to make clarification to before the second speaker come on board? If you have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. And at the same time, you can type it at the chat area and let's address those questions before the second speaker come on board. Okay. Any question, please? Anybody have question? If you have any question, can you drop your question, please?
I think you done a very good job, Ola. So there are no questions here.
Okay, maybe we can call Agrippa on board. Thank you. Welcome on board the Lady Legend in Tech. You can't hear your voice. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Sorry. Yeah, hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Habiba, and I'll be taking you through the practical session for the design. So for today's class, we'll be using Figma to make a design. So I'll be sharing my screen. 1 second. Hello, please, can you see my screen? Hello, can anyone see my screen, please?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so for today's class, I'll be just taking you through a payment platform for a mobile design for a payments platform. So I'm using Hamatip as a case study here. So it's like a banking app, mobile app. So for this class, we'll be touching the signing in and the sign up when you try to use an app. So I'll just take us run through the through Figma so you can get used to it. So Figma is actually an application that is being used for design, especially one of the it's like, how will I put it, #1 application that's a UI UX currently used for design as far as I'm concerned. And it has a lot of things that you can actually do on it. We'll be taking you through the application during the internship program. But for the sake of this tonight's class, just for you to have a brief understanding of what the UI UX is all about, especially the UX part, UI part that I'm taking you guys now. So for this design, for the design on this particular header, we have different tools that you can use for your design. We have this section where you can select your frame, you can select your shape here. There is a pen here that this stands for when you want to type. This stands for when you want to drop a comment, and so many other things. So, but I'll just jump into the design now. Okay. Okay, so on my right-hand side here, where my cursor is, we have the design and the prototype. So firstly, we'll be going to the design. When we finish our design, then we'll prototype it. And the prototyping, I believe Mr. Ola has already explained much details on prototype, what it all entails. So going to the design we are making today, I actually just make a small logo for Hamatip Pay. So like I said, it's a mobile app that is being used for a payment, like just for transactions, sending in money and receiving money. So I'll be proceeding now. So because of our time, I already have my header because let's assume, so I will be selecting my frame firstly, because that is what we are going to be using for the design. So when I select my frame, it gives me different frame that I can use for the design. So it gives me phone, tab, desktop, presentation, watch, and the likes. But however, because like I said, I'm doing a finance, like a payments platform, a mobile app for Hamatip, which is, and the name of the company we have is Hamatip Pay. So we are going to be using, since it's a mobile app, we are going to be using phone. So I'll just go straight to my frame and select my the frame I will be using. So you have different selection you can pick from. You have iPhone 8, iPhone 13, 14, 15, and 14 and 15, and any and the likes. But currently now we have iPhone 14 as one of the latest phone right now. So I'm going to use iPhone 14 definitely. So that when I send the links to the group, you guys can actually say. So I'll be selecting iPhone 14 and 15 frame. So this is the frame. And this is what I'll be using for my design. So before proceeding, I've already selected the frame. I have this icon here. This particular icon is used when you want to display what you have designed, just to have a view, the look and feel of what you are doing. So I will be playing this now to show what I'm doing. And I'll be So I'll be playing it. So when I click on play, it's just showing me just like the frame. It's not showing me any distance. So for the sake of this particular class, I'll be selecting my prototype, changing my prototype setting. So I'll come to my prototype and change the device I'm using. So I'm using, if you notice from like I said earlier, I'm using 14 and 15 Pro Max. So I'll be picking my iPhone 14 and 15 Pro Max. Yeah. So, and it tells me like I can select the background color, I can select my phone color and the lights. So I prefer black, so I will be using black for this. So after selecting this, I'll come back to my design, then I can play the prototype again. When I play it, sorry. So it's actually, it's showing me this one. So I'm gonna play this one because that's the one we are working on. So this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and this is what we'll be working on. So we'll be designing the screen for this. So I'll be coming back to my workshop, and because of our time, I will not be explaining how I got this because of time, but I will still be explaining it further in the previous, as I'm proceeding. So all these icons like the battery, the Wi-Fi, the bar, and it's just like what everybody have on their phone. It's just like the header of your phone. Everybody have the battery, the Wi-Fi, and the lights on their. So I'll just be getting this until I'll just duplicate it, which is Ctrl D, to the frame I will be working on because I'm using this frame. I will be renaming my frame as seminar. So you can actually rename your frame just by double clicking, which will be explaining further in the class. So I'll be selecting my frame and I'll be giving it my layout grid. Layout grid is actually very important when you are doing design because it tells you, it helps you in your alignment and it also helps in consistency. So I'll be clicking on my layout grid and I'll come to my grids here and I'll be selecting my rows. Sorry, my columns, which is the vertical section. And you can set your columns grid in here, and you can set your margin. Margin is just like, how will I put it? Just the shape, the space around your left and the space around your right. So whenever you are doing design, you should ensure that you don't pass your margin. Like this particular, this space right here, the left side and the right side. So everything I'll be making, all my design, I will ensure it doesn't pass it. So I'll be normally Figma give you 10% for your color, but you can also reduce the lightness. So I'll be picking on 5. So this is it. So I'll be playing it. So I'll be playing, but anytime you play this, it's not going to show you anything because that is just your layout. You are the owner, and so the next thing I'll be doing now is proceeding. So mobile app, definitely when you download an app, definitely when you log into the first screen is always called the splash screen because that is like the welcome session and where you see some hardbar, something that will tell you that, okay, you can swipe. So now, this is my logo. Apologies, I could not make logo. I just cleared it. So I'll be bringing this my logo Pay to my design. So those red lines shows it's on the center of the frame, and it's the vertical line. It's showing that it's also aligned with the left and the right. So I'll just be dropping my logo here, and I'll be playing my frame. So this is just this first splash screen, which is Pay. So I'll be it depends on the work you are doing. There are lots of things you can do on your splash screen. You can have image background, you can have different things, but we'll not be touching that now. So I'll proceed to the second second splash screen. So I'll be picking my iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'll be putting it here. I'll rename it as splash screen, like splash 1, which will be the welcome, like after the logo shows. So I'll be giving it my grids, and I'll be giving it my columns and the lights. So in this one, I would still duplicate my header, which should be here. So in this particular one, so what do I need? What do I want to show on this particular screen? It's very simple. So it just depends on the what you do during your sketch and what you want to design. So for my first splash screen, I just want to show like a content, like just give like a brief of what Hammer Tip Height is all about, and I want to show like an image that we show, okay, that will say, okay, this is a hub for transaction. So I'll just go to my text box here and I will be typing I'll say low interest, high security. I'll be talking more later on this particular one. High security, fast loan. Sorry. Okay, so this is a low security, and so on this part, I've just typed here, and this particular text doesn't look nice. So what I can do is I'll come to my text area by my right-hand side. So I'll be giving it, you can decide to change your font to anything you want. Anyhow you want it, just depends on the design design format you are following for your design. So I'll be creating the design scheme for now because of the time. So this okay, thank you. So so that one being said, so I'll be changing my text. So you can decide to change it. You can take Go Pro. Yeah, you can decide to change it, but let's use Roboto for now. So I can change it to anything, just like the way we all use Microsoft Word. You can pick thin, light, regular, medium, and semi-bold. So I'll pick semi-bold for now. So, and yeah, so you can display let's play what we just did now over here. Yeah, so, and in this particular place, this field, you can change the color of whatever you are designing. So if you are designing, how will I put it? If you want to give your text color, you can just come to this field. Just all you need to do is just double click on it and come to this field. So since the brand color is a bit like orange, yeah, I will not be using orange. I can use another color for this. So let me just walk around my colors. You can come here and just move around and play around the colors you want to use. But anyways, before you start your design, you will have a design format that you'll be following. Your primary color, your secondary color, and light, everything will be set before you even start. But I just want you to just see the flow of how you can just make a quick design, like what it entails. So I'll not be touching all those ones now, but we'll do that during the internship. And you can change your size in here. You can give it 34, 32. You can give if I give it 34, I can decide to change it to 28 by clicking on it. It just depends on how you want to put it. So I'll be proceeding on this. So I'll bring it up. Then also I want to have an image, like I said earlier. So I'll come to this particular session and I will draw a box here. This box will serve as an image placement for me. The reason I want to use this box is because I just want to see my image when it comes up, it doesn't pass that particular place, or at least just to have like a placement for my image. You can as well just bring image in. It just depends on how you want it. You can just come here and come to this what's it called, image, and you can add your image and your video. But I will not be, I'll just draw my rectangle. So I'll click on this particular field, come to my image here, click on the choose image. So I'll be going to my desktop. I think I have some Illustrator there. Yeah. So I'll be clicking on this one. Yeah. So this is my image I'll be using for this particular class for the design. So The next part I want to be working on is next part I want to be working on is this, you know, when you log into an app, like you can, it will tell you you can swipe left, you can swipe right, just like a view. So it depends on how you want to do it. You can decide to use like a swipe button or a next button, or you can use a button, but I'll be using two for this particular design. So I can have something like this over here. So I'll be making it 15. This particular place, when you click on it, it shows the way you want to do your radius. I mean your radius, yeah. So I can start to give it 10, 10, 10, and 10. So to give all this particular screen sizing. So I want to give this particular rectangle, I want to give it a color, right? So all I need to do is just to click on it, click on my color, my fill, don't forget, then I'll pick my pen. This particular pen helps you to pick the color you want to use. So I'll come to this particular low intro, I will just click on here because this is the color I want to use. I'll click here and it brings my color in. So then I'll come here, I can duplicate this, and to make it like a flow, I can reduce this and duplicate this, make it the third one. I'll bring it here and reduce this. Yeah, so this shows like the flow of how the app is going. So I'll bring this particular one, I'll bring it down here. So I can also as well have a button. To have a button, all you need to do is just to pick your rectangle box on top. This way you can drop your pen, the cursor you are using to work. So I'll bring my rectangle here and I will draw my rectangle here like this.
Hi, Abiba.
Yeah.
I think something happened to your video.
Okay. Sorry, can you see me now? Yeah. Okay, so like I was saying, so this is my rectangle and I'll be giving it a border of 10. Yeah, so I can also change the height of my rectangle. I can try to change to 48. And you have to ensure that anything you are doing, there is consistency. That means anything, any rectangle I draw here, it has to be the same format and the same sizing for the next one, so that I'll be consistency. Then as usual, I can decide to just use the brand color. I will use the brand color for my button, and I'll just pick my pen over here. I will come over to this particular place and click on my button. Yeah, so this is it. And the next one I'll be doing is I'll be putting on my text here. So I can put next. So in this particular one, I will reduce my size. So it's 20, I can give it 24. Then I'll bring this over here. So it's on semi-bold. You can decide to change your size. Your font format, I can give it regular, light, extra light, thin. But you know, you have to be considerate of your user. So I will use semi-bold for this. So yeah, so this is next. And I'll be bringing this one to the center. It shows the red light, the red line on the horizontal and the vertical. So this one as well, I can also bring it a bit down. So we're done with the first splash screen. So I'm gonna play this so we can have the look. Yeah, so this is the first splash screen. So I'll be proceeding to the second one. This one I can decide to just reduce it a bit to make it 12 by clicking on this one by pressing my shift and clicking it with my pen, and just give the two at the same time. Then you can group them together by pressing on your command and highlighting it by Ctrl G. This will group them together such that you can't divide them. Everything is stick together. Then you can also work on the shifting. Between this one and this one, you have to ensure that they have the same distance. This one is the upper part is 106, that part is 106, so that it's in the middle. Yeah. So you should also consider the central part, the centralization, because the red line shows that it's on the center part. So the up, the down, and the right and the left are both equal. So on the second screen, I don't need to stress so much because I'll just be duplicating this. On this one, what context do I want to write? You can say have up to 50,000 loan. Yeah, so I can say you can have up to 50,000 loan from Amative Pay. So yeah, so I'll just be clicking on this and playing it. So this is my second splash screen. As usual, to rename it so that it will be easy for you because you can have a larger screen, I can give it splash 2. So on the next one is the when you land into the account. So when you land into the account, the next part you'll be working on is the login. So you can clear this one. I duplicated this one so that I will not have to be stressing on this getting frame. So I will be clearing this. When I clear this, yeah. So we are welcome to the touch screen. Sorry. So I'll be playing this, which is the blank screen. On this blank screen now, we have where we'll be creating our account. So it's either, oh, sorry, it's on design. So we have the sign in, we have the sign up. On the sign in part, we can just make like a small design. So I'll be clicking on my text here. I'll be coming here. I'll say welcome. So I use Roboto, semi-bold, and 28 here. So as usual, I'll put this here. Yeah, so, and I will be using the color that I used for this previous one so that there will be consistency. I'll pick my color. So proceeding on this, yeah, so it's in the middle because the red line is already showing. So proceeding on this, sorry. Yeah, so while proceeding on this, we have, so I'll be clicking on my text here so we can have like a write-up underneath. So on my write-up, I can say login and let's continue. So I would highlight this. So I will come here because it's like a text. So it's gonna have it can't be the same size with the welcome, definitely. So I'll be giving it 20. Yeah, so then I'll bring it towards the down. I can also check the spacing of it. Yeah, so this is it. Then I can decide to just have like a small image over here. I'll bring my rectangle and I'll come over here. I'll draw my rectangle. Then I'll come to my fill. Then you can come to your image, this particular one which says image. By clicking on it, then I'll click on choose image. Then let's look for the for what I can use. Okay, so I can start to use this particular cup. This is just like to say, okay, chairs or something. Yeah, so I'll be proceeding to logging in. So I'll drop my box. So there are different ways to oh, sorry. So I forgot to give this margin. So I'll give a margin of 10. Oh, sorry, 20. Yeah, so that I will not walk past the size I'm supposed to work on, like I said earlier. So I'll be coming to my rectangle here and I'll be drawing my rectangle. Let me bring it to the center. There is red line, both vertical and the horizontal, and I can give the height 48 because that's the height I've been using. Then I'll give the border 16. Yeah. So we have the there are different ways to, okay, sorry. So this is my text box, which I'll be using I'll be using to collect data. So let me just play what I have now. So I just have this, my text box. So this is just text box. So I'll come to my fill here. Definitely a user cannot type in this part of, in this kind of color, with this kind of color. So I'll come here and I'll change this to white color. Oh, I can't see anything again. Wow. All I need to do is just to come over to where I draw it. There will be a blue line. I'll click on it so I can come to my stroke. Stroke is something that it gives a line, like it shapes whatever you have drawn. So I'll click on strokes and my strokes give it a black color. Yeah. So proceeding, I will use, I can't use a black color for that to be too sharp. So I'll be using a gray color. We'll be talking more on colors and how to use them in the class when we start. So I'll come here, then I will have my email, because the data I want to collect, I want the user to be able to sign in by their email or by their email address, by their email or by their phone number. Okay, let me just say I want them to sign in with their email address. Yeah, so I'll be using 16 for this. And definitely I will want this to start with the size has to be corresponding with the rectangle. So, and I will have to check the spacing. So this is 12. So I can decide to use, let me see, 15. Oh, that's too much, because when you check your design, it's already on top. Too much, that's a bit far. So you can check again, 12. So you have to be able to work around spacing. We'll be touching that later, more in details when we start our class. So this is it. And definitely I will be using a darker version of my gray. You can work around color as well. So I just give it address. Then so this is my email address. So I can decide to duplicate this as well to collect the phone number of my clients. So I can decide to give it 40, yeah. So 40 phone number. Yeah, so yeah, this is my phone number. Then I also have, when you want to log in, you will have the email, the password. You have, if the person forget the password, how will the person retrieve the password? And you can also have the opportunity of putting your sign up on it as well. So I'll just come over here and can say forget password. Yeah, so I can say forget password and recover password. Yeah, so this particular one here, I'm saying they can also recover password. I can't use the same color for them because it will not, how will I put it? It's not be, how will I put it? It will not be too, there are ways of getting people's attention, and I can just decide to make this particular one a bit, instead of regular, I can use both just to make sure that it's more visible for my clients to actually recover their password. So, and this particular color will give it to the forget password as well. So I can, no, sorry, the other color, yeah. So, okay. So I'll be proceeding to making my buttons that my clients will use to log in. So all I need to do is just to draw a rectangle here. So I'll make it 48 and I'll come here and give it 10. Then I can give it my text and say login. Yeah, then I come here, I can centralize it, the middle, then I'll click here, I'll give it the brand color, which is kind of orange. Yeah, then I'll come to my text. Black cannot be on orange. So I'll give it white color. Then I'll definitely change it to maybe like semi-bold. I want something very visible. Or just look at what I used here. I used 24. This one is 16. Then I can come here and let me say I use this 20. Then I will use this one 20 as well. Right. So this is it. So well, let's continue. We're still working. So at least I can put my email, I can get the phone number, and okay, sorry. This is supposed to be password instead of phone number. Password, because that is what they will use to log in. Right. So yeah, so I can also have how will I put it? I can ask my clients to sign up as well from this. So I'll just be duplicating this. I'll come over here. I'll make sure it's centralized. Then I can come to my forget password. Okay, so before I drop that, I'll check the spacing between the first one. So this one now, right? I used 21 is up, so I will use 20. I can come to, then I will ensure that this one is aligned with this one. So my upper spacing is 20, so I have to make sure that it's 20 as well here. So I will have this one as, I can say, don't have account. Sign up. Sign up. Yeah. So all I need to do is just to come here and I'll centralize it. Yeah. So let me see what we have done. Yeah. So then definitely you can also make adjustments on your design if your spacing is not accurate. So you can just highlight everything and press your upper button just to bring them a bit up or something. Then you check your design. Yeah, so I'll check my splash screen again. Yeah, so this is another way of how will I put it? So this is another way of moving your contents around, and I can as well tell my my clients to sign up from here, which I'll be prototyping later. So now, for instance, so I have recover password here, and I have authentication. So I'll be working on the recover password and the authentication part. So how will I put it? So let's work on the first prototype, which is the forget password. So for someone that forgets password, how would they reset their password? So I'll just duplicate because our time, then I will just I'll clear this up. Then I will be working on the recover password. So I don't want it to be a bit boring. So I can decide to just draw a rectangle over here. And this rectangle, I would be bringing in an image. So I can choose my image here. So I'll be using something like, yeah, something like this. That's okay, forget password. Okay, reset. We just like forget, like just an illustrator or something. So this is it. Then I will be having content beneath it, right? So I can just come here and get this one. I'll bring it here. So I'll be using it for my forget password. Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah, so this one I'll be dropping like a small explanation or something just to make just not to make the screen boring. So the spacing between this one is 20 as well. So this one I'll make sure it's 20. Then I can say, don't worry. Just sorry. Sorry about that. So I can say, and please enter your email address. Yeah. Okay, so I have this. Right. So I can decide to change it, like to space it a bit because it's too chunky together. So you can give it spacing 28, yeah. Okay, so to do this, definitely my clients will have to enter their email address. So I have to provide another text box over here. So as usual, you click on your rectangle over here and you draw your rectangle. So this is 48, right? Yeah, because that is what I use here definitely. So I'll use 10 as usual to give it border. I mean to sharpen the edges. Then this one I'll be giving it white color. Sorry. Then I'll give it, don't forget the stroke. Then definitely you have to give it like a gray color. Right. So then we have the email address. So my client will have to put their email address as well. So, and this one is 10. Yeah. So, on completing this, definitely when they put their email address, they will just need to click on next. So they will have a button. So I will be coming over here and have my button. Just draw your rectangle. So it's basically most of rectangle, ellipse, and the circle, and the other shapes that you might be needing when you're doing your design. So we have the 48 here. So I'll be giving a radius of 10. Then I can just get this one and tell them that they can just click on next. So I'll be picking my color and I'll be closing this. So I've given it my color. So I'll be telling them that, okay, next. Yeah, so let me view this. Okay, so this is it, but and what's it called? This one is supposed to be 16 because it's kind of big and the mobile screen, yeah. So and I'll be bringing this one up and bringing this down. Then this place as well, you can decide to use it for alignment. You can align left, you can align middle, right, like that. So I'll just be using left. So all I need to do is just to drag my design to the edge over here. Yeah, where it shows the red line. Yeah, so this is it. So the next part is when they click on the next, what is the next thing? As usual, when you click on the next of your on your mobile phone, even when you click on login, it requires like an authentication, like say, okay, login, we have sent an OTP code to you and likes. So we'll be working on the OTP session. So as usual, I'll be duplicating this. Please, if you are with me, can you just drop yes in the chat box, please? Is there any questions so far? Okay, let's keep it coming, please, if you are following us. Oh. Okay, so yeah. Thank you for that. So I'll be proceeding on to the next one. So I'll close the chat. Then because of our time, I'll just duplicate this. We'll soon be working on the prototyping session. So no worries. Where we'll be seeing all our design, the flow. Right. So I'll just clear this by highlighting everything and clicking on my backspace. Boom, everything is gone. Yeah. So I can say then what we also need for this is so we need authentication for the login. So when they press the login here, right, it should perform an action, which is before logging them in, it is they will require an OTP for verification. So I'll be needing a backspace, a back button, icon, sorry. So that if I'm on this page, if I want to go back here, I can easily do that. So I'll just be I'll right click here and sorry, I'm gonna right click on my plugins. I'll come to my Iconify. Then I'll be having the backspace. Right. So this particular place is where you can just play around. If you need any icon, you can actually bring your icon into your design here. All you need to do is just to right click and click on the Iconify. Right. So even all this one that we use on top here, this Wi-Fi, the battery, for instance, I want to get the network, I can just type network. So yeah, it brings the Wi-Fi, it brings the other things. So you can just, yeah, it brings the bar. So if I want to check my battery, so like that, you can always get what you want. So I just need the back button icon right now. So I'll just click on the icon that I want. I've clicked on it here. Then I'll scroll down. Sorry, what's going on? Yeah. So space. Okay, so you see here beneath here, it's showing import icon. So I'm gonna import my icon here. Then yeah, this is my icon. Oh, why so big? Yeah, so I can actually resize on my icon. So all I need to do is just to so it's not even prototype. So let me group them together, which is Ctrl G. So I can decide to what's it called? Reduce the size. Yeah, very small. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we bring it up here, you know, when you always have like it's something like you can press to go back. So there are different ways you can do it. You can decide to just type like a back, like normal BACK, right? And just put it here and it serves a function as long as you prototype them. So, but for the sake of this, we'll just be using this one. So up next is the authentication part. So the verification. So I need like a heading. So let me just duplicate it so that I will not be typing again. So I will come down to my middle over here and I will type, let's say I'll type verification. Is it authentication or verification? Yeah, everything is just content. Right. So I have my verification here, right? So I will be needing like a content just to show people like the person using the app that okay, this is what you're about to do and the likes. So like as usual, I'm using 20 for the upper spacing. So I will just scroll up. I will double click here. Then I would say some content like let's say you are just few steps away, right? I can say, right, please enter the 6-digit code sent to you. Oh, I'm out of space, so I'll be pressing down. Send to, then I can just put a phone number. Yeah, right. So send to this, right? So what I can do now is I can even just give this one a color just to show, like to call attention that, okay, this particular number. So I'll be giving giving the number this color. Then I will be proceeding to the where the person will put the code, right? So all I need to do, you know, your verification comes in like in form of a box. So I'll be dropping, okay. Sorry. Yeah, right. So I'll be dropping my box here. So after this, I think we can do small prototype to see the flow of what we have done. I'll come here. So I'll zoom out so that you guys can see clearly. And I'll come over here, drag it a bit down. Let's say 52, right? And I'm gonna give it 10. Well, I think 10 should be fine. Right, so I'm gonna give it like, you know, white as usual, then give it like stroke to show that this is where the person will be putting the content. So I'll be coming over here. Let me see. So the 6 digits. So I'm just duplicating that, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. Right, so but it's now up to 6 digits. So let me just put 5 digits. Yeah, so right, so I've done this. So I can also just do like a small design here. Ellipse. So right. So I can just do like a small design, the ellipse, and just click here. Oh, too big. So I'll just click 20 and 20. Right. So it's too big. So let me use this 10, 10, 10, 10. Should be fine. Right. So I'll be bringing it to the middle. Then I can duplicate here. Right. So let's see what we have done so far. Okay, so this is it. And then we have a button that's when the person finish clicking on, the person can then put in like next, just like to verify. So I'll be having like a button. So let me just duplicate the Ctrl G. I'll group it, then Ctrl D. So I'll be bringing it over to this place. So I'll be clicking on verify. And you know, there used to be content beneath your design. So when you are like if it does not hint, if the code does not enter in 20 minutes or so, please resend or something, so we can have it like a question. Haven't received code. So okay, so resend code. Yeah. So I just want to just pass an information. The information is just for the person to know that, okay, if you have not received the code, you can resend the code. So I will give this one the resend code, the brand color. Right. So I'll complete this. So right, let me see what we have done. Okay, so this is what we have now. Then let's quickly just have a bit of how will I put it? A prototype, like, okay, let's say like to just something to show that, okay, this registration is successful. So, okay, is there a question? Okay, so because of our time, I'll just quickly do like a successful page. All right, so I'll be clicking, bringing in an image. Let me just quickly bring an image in here. So I'll click on my field, I'll click on my image. Then let's look for the image I'm going to use, right? I don't have an image here. Yeah, so right, I can decide to just use a successful image or anything here, or let me just use the cup. So there are different links that you'll be having where you can be download. You'll have a different distance, just like chairs or something. How it's kind of blurry, right? So I'll be doing my prototype session now. So for prototyping, so it's kind of tricky when you get deeper, but I'll just do it for this particular one. So I'll click on the frame I want to prototype, this particular one. I'll be playing it here. So this is it. Then I'll click on prototype. Then I'll hover here. I'll click on next. I'll like drag. So it's on tab. So navigate to, that means this arrow is showing I want this to go to the next one. Then I'll click on the second screen here. Then I would prototype this second splash screen to this splash screen too. I'll come here where there is plus, I'll drag it to the next one. Right, see, navigate to splash screen 2. Right, so I'm on splash screen 2. I want it to go to splash 3. So I've already clicked on splash 2. So I'll just click on the plus here and drag it to the splash tray, which say navigate to splash tray, right? So I'll click on this particular splash tray, and the plus icon, I'll drag it to the next one, splash 4. Navigate to splash 4. Yeah, right. So, and the next one is splash 4. I want this to go to 5. So this is the 5. And okay, that's not the last one. And we have, what's it called? I'll come to my splash 5 here and I'll click on next. It will go to splash 6, right? So we are done with that. And the next one, I need to prototype. There are a lot of things to actually prototype here, but I'll just be prototyping like few things, right? So I can say, okay, when I click on this back button, it should go to this verification. Okay, this one should be successful. Sorry, I know I'm taking so much time, but I'm grinding up, guys, now. So I can click on the icon here. I want to prototype. All I need to do is just to click on my icon here, and I'll click on prototype. I will drag it to the next screen here, which is the verification. Say navigate to splash screen 5. So that means from 6, I've already navigated this particular icon to splash screen 5. So I want this 5. When I click on this icon on this 5, I want it to go to forget password. So I'll click on this icon and navigate to forget password. See, forget on tapping. That means that when I tap on it, navigate to splash 4, which is this one, right? So that is how prototyping works. Even if when I create my sign up, I can prototype this sign up and say, okay, when I go to this particular, but we have not done that, so we'll not be prototyping that. So on this particular one, I can say on tapping the logo, I can say, okay, when they click on the logo, perform an action. So it should navigate to this particular screen. So I can work on it. I can say, okay. Okay, I can say on, okay, I can say why mouse enter. That means when my mouse go into this particular logo. Navigate to, I can say, navigate to. Then do I want it to be inside? I say no, I want it to be animate. So I can work on my animation here. That means this is the flow of animation. If you look at it, when I bring my cursor, see the way it comes in. So it's on 300. I can say I want it to be 25. Right. That means that is the speed. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that is the speed. So I'll be closing this. So right. So I'll be clicking on, so let's play what we have done. I'll go back to design. So I'll leave the prototype part. And what else do I need to prototype? Okay, right. So I can, because we have done the forget password. Okay, so I can prototype my forget password. So when I click on this forget password, it should bring me to the forget password. I'll just click on the forget password here, come to my prototype, click on the plus icon and drag the plus icon to the next screen, which is this one. Oh, this one is having an animation. Well, we can leave it, but it's supposed to be instant, right? So yeah, so but it's fine. I can say okay, dissolve or instant. So let's say dissolve, right? So that's it. So let's see what we have done so far so that we can close this particular session. Then my button, I did not give this one margin 20. Okay, so my button is supposed to be longer than this. Right, so that is one of the importance of layout, because it will make sure that all your things are well organized, because you notice the first button and the next button doesn't. Okay, so right. Okay, so next is I'll be playing this particular screen. So this is my screen here. So if you click on any place, it will take you to the next one. But I just hover to the next screen, it brings low interest. So I click on next, up to 50 loan, £50 loan next. So it brings me back to the login and let's continue. So no, I forgot my password. Okay, so I click on my forget password. Or my forget password bring me to forget password here. Okay, after entering my email address, I click on next. It brings me to the verification. And when I click on my verification and it's big success, when I put my code, it brings successful. So you can also, I think we after we'll do the resend code, sign up and the like. So we'll be completing this session. And if there is any question, you guys can ask me. You can just unmute yourself or drop it in the chat section. Right. So that is the workflow for Amati Pay. Thank you, guys. Right. Is there any question, guys? So the thing there is that doing the internship program, because we actually have even some people that will be finishing their classes by January, yeah. And if they have a very strong portfolio, because they have been working on different projects and even on live projects, even some of the things that will be launching soon, they are the one that are making the design. And well, we'll be launching some other things very soon. So you guys will be seeing some of our UI UX products and their portfolio will be published online, right? So we'll go into details on how to use Figma, Adobe Photoshop, and the Illustrator and the likes during the next meeting, which will be maybe the next internship. So thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to walk you through the UI section. So if there's any comment, please kindly drop it in the comment section. Thank you.
Thank you, the legend designer in the house, the female designer. Thank you so much. And thank you for the wonderful presentation. Yeah. Having been discussed before, I want to believe that majority of us here have attended our seminar before, in which we have explained all the features, all the benefits that comes with this internship program. During the internship program, that's when you will be building your portfolio, building your skill sets that you need for this thing. And most importantly, we also guarantee you a job after the internship program, because we believe in what we are giving to you, the quality of the training and all the resources that you need to gain employment. We will definitely provide it for you. And we also work with our recruitment agency for them to find you an employment in the field. And once you register for the internship, it's no more your responsibility to be looking for the job. All you need to do is to use your time to go through the internship, follow all the instructions given to you to build all the necessary things you need to work on. And by God's grace, after the program, success is achieved. So for instance, if you start your journey now, you can have the rest of something like 2024, you can start your journey as a UI UX designer. So I would like to know who is here today and that is ready to join us in our UI UX design internship job guarantee program. So who is ready to join us? Let me start asking one by one from Emmanuel. Emmanuel, do you ready to join us for the internship? You can unmute yourself, please. I think Emmanuel is not online right now. While Emmanuel is coming on board, let's move to another patient that's ready. Before I continue, call other people name. Anybody that's ready to talk through? Anybody that's ready to join the internship program for the UI UX design? We guarantee you job after the internship program. Once you acquire all the necessary skills that you need and experience and the portfolio that you need, and all those will have been achieved. And this is also an opportunity for you to become a member of British Computer Society, as we will be registering you under the society as an IT professional under Amative IT. and also all the necessary references and the lists that you need to work on your employment activity. At the same time, we'll be the one that will do the process for you. Now that you have all this guarantee, are you ready to dive into UI, UX career? Who is ready to join right now? And we have also discussed about the course before. I don't know if there is anyone that have not participated in the seminar where we discussed all those that before. We have discussed about the course. The actual price is £899. But for the purpose of everybody that on the seminar today, if you have interest in UI designer, we'll be giving you discounts of £100. So instead of paying £899, you'll be paying £799. That's £799. And we also have a flexible payment structure in which you can decide to pay once or monthly or weekly. So if you are paying weekly, that means you can start today with as low as £34. £34 cannot kill anybody here. So, and wow, Engineer Abdul Babangida, wow, that's good. Bola, wow, okay, Bola, can you come on board? You can unmute yourself and come and talk to us, please. You said you have subscribed for data analysis, right? Yeah, Babangida, I will send Abiba, can you help us to send the payment link to Babangida, please?
Okay.
Sure, Babangida wants to join us now. That's good.
Can I unmute you?
Congratulations to you, Babangida. You are welcome on board as a UI UX designer. That's great. So Bola have joined us for data analysis before, but now interested in UI UX design. So no problem. You can think of it. If your conclusion is to cross to UI, okay. If you conclude to cross to UI UX design, we can still allow that. We are flexible. We can, so far, it is among our 4 career options. You can still cross to any of the 4 career options. Okay. Okay. So Bola wants to stay in data analysis. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna people actually like the UI UX.
Yeah, actually, people don't know much about UI UX design because we are not loud. We are not loud. We are cool guys, but we are making cool money there, right?
Right.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Babangida is joining us now.
Hello,
Okay.
you can mute yourself, Engineer Babangida.
Yeah, anybody that you can mute yourself and talk to us, please. Yeah, congratulations to Babangida. You have embarked on the journey, and 2024 is a new beginning to you. That's good. Congratulations.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's quite a very interesting presentation so far. Actually having some similar opinion with the last person that just actually made it right up. I was thinking of going to data analysis last time I joined the seminar, but actually the outright speaking of, or let me say the presentation I had this evening makes me to start changing my course. And I think subscribing to the UIX will be a very fantastic one for me. Wow, thank you very much for the time and for the opportunity given to we younger ones coming. Thank you very much.
That's great. You are welcome, Babangida. Yeah. We are happy to welcome you to Amatip IT. And I'm very sure we have been receiving a lot of testimony from people that have participated in our program before. If you go to our website, you see a lot of testimony. On our Facebook, we see a lot of testimony. If you search for Amati Paiti on Google, if you can go now, you see a lot of testimony on Google, like different review, different review. I'm very sure by the time you will also complete your program with us, you will also happy to write good review for Amati Paiti based on the experience you will pass through doing the program. And by the time you also landed your job, you will also happy to bring many people into the family. Thank you very much for joining us. Who else is joining us, please? Who else is joining the new set of UI UX?
Mr. Folorunsho, you can send, maybe Mr. Ola, you can drop your email. I think he said he would like to talk to you or call the office line.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to send the number to?
Yeah, I'll send the numbers to him.
info@amative.co.uk. Ajayi Rosni, are you with us, please? Okay, let me reply Folorunsho.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, thank you.
Roslyn, you can unmute yourself and
you can unmute yourself and talk to her. Ajayi Roslyn, do you like to join us for the UI UX design? And also, okay, Folorunsho will just talk, Bola just talk. Yeah, okay. Samson Olushola, are you ready to join us for the UI UX design internship program? We are willing to bring many people on board. We still have up to 15 slots left under UI UX design for our new employer. Okay.
I have actually, I said I wanted to join the data analysis earlier, but at this point, I think I want to just attend the 4 seminars before I make my decisions. This looks very enticing to me because I'm kind of a visual person. I like to see what I'm doing, like how good does it look like? And this is kind of an example of what it is. But I think I want to attend the 4 seminars. Then after that, I'll make my decision.
Okay,
or can we have 2 at once? Is it possible to have 2 portfolios at once?
If you have time, each of them, the lecture is 2 times in a week. So if you think you can avoid 4 times in a week, and you think you can, like, we have individual differences in time of knowledge, acquisition of knowledge. So if you think it's something, so you can pick 2 feed that are close to each other. For instance, if I want to pick 2 feed, for somebody like me, I'm a UI UX professional for a long period of time now, and I'm also a web developer.
Oh, that's exactly what I was about to ask. So if I want to be in web developer class at the same time as UI and UX,
yeah, that's allowed, right? Because at the same, everybody that is a UI UX developer now, it's very good to be preparing yourself to migrate, as in, like, you are doing UI UX designer, right? As current job, you can be working toward, because that is, if you observe when we are presenting the first stage, when we are talking about the process, so definitely after the design, the project need to move to the developer for implementation. Yeah. So there is a direct link from UI UX design to web development. So why not?
Right. And also, I would like to show you something. Sorry, permit me to quickly share my screen.
Okay.
Just for what Samson is talking about. just to give him more, oh, sorry, more details on that. So, right. So another opportunity that you'll be having is that if you are going into development, this particular Figma will help you in your design. So for instance, you have already make your design. Let's assume this particular screen, you want to write the code. You would, this particular, okay. So if you look at my right-hand side, do you see the layout here? It will show you the exact code, the width I use, the height, the background color, the interaction. Everything I use, it will give you the access to the icon. So all you need to do is just to export it. You will have all the code. And when you put the code into your source code, you have this design displaying on your screen.
Okay, I think Ajayi Rosny is asking about the price, right? And about the price, we have three options. Three options is either you pay weekly, if that weekly is easier for you, or monthly. And for the general price is £899. That's £899. But for everybody that is here tonight, we have a discount of £100 for you. So instead of pay £899, you'll be paying £799. And everybody want to help us to drop the link on the chat?
Okay, yeah, I'll do that now.
Thank you. So once the link is dropped at the chat, and also if you're on our WhatsApp platform, the link is also there, and probably we will also send it to the email. But to take advantage of the discounts, then you can just grab the link now and make your payment. You can start as low as 4036. I think this is the first company to do that in the UK.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
are paying weekly for a program like this, and it's just like opportunity to make things easier nobody will have any excuse. You don't have excuse. So if you want, this is the opportunity to invest in yourself. This is an opportunity to develop yourself. This is an opportunity to add value to yourself. Yeah. Fetty, do you want to talk to us, please? You want to start? You want to join us for UI UX design?
Yes, Betty, are you there?
Betty, then Motiat. Motiat, are you with us?
Okay, I think Samson is switching away from data.
Okay, that's fine. I think we will note that down, right?
Yeah.
Motiat, Balogun Motiat, are you with us? Okay, yes, can you unmute yourself and talk to us, please? Do you want to join us for UI UX design, or do you have any constraint or any concern? Feel free to unmute yourself, please, Motiat. Pretty, Fetty, right? Like, sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. Fetty. Yep.
Okay. Well, since there is no question and right. Okay, thank you guys and for joining the class for tonight. And if you need advice or just to talk about what you want to do, maybe you are contemplating on one particular course or another, you can always call the office line and somebody there to assist you in making a decision. Right. So, Mr. Kudus, do you have anything to say?
Not really. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, that is the payment link. And if you are not on if you have not been receiving email from us, you can just drop your email address or email us at info@amative.co.uk to be on our list. So you can always know when we send out our newsletters. And thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody.